Hi, this is Mike Hendrickson from Solid 2015 in Fort Mason. I'm here with Peter Hoddie. Peter, how you doing?
Hey, very well. Good morning, Mike.
So you're with KINOMA and part of Marvell?
That's right. The KINOMA team has been at Marvell for about 4.5 years now.
And you guys make devices, or what are you doing?
Well, the KINOMA, Marvell makes hardware. They're a chip company through and through. And my team is a group of software engineers, really, that have been building different kinds of media and device software for the last decade or so. And we have come into Marvell with our software skills, really around JavaScript, and applied that to building a new range of prototyping devices so that people can use Marvell's chips with our software to create any kind of device they can imagine.
And so you had an announcement this morning, and a couple of them are sitting here, right?
Yeah, so we introduced two new pieces of hardware. The first one is KINOMA Element. This is our microcontroller-powered product. So this has a 200 megahertz ARM processor and just 512K of RAM, but it's still able to run JavaScript, and we can talk some more about that. And this is really for IoT kind of in-home products. It's got built-in Wi-Fi. And then we also introduced KINOMA HD, and this is in a stick form factor, so it plugs into any HDMI display, projectors and TVs, and bridges you to Wi-Fi so that you can script whatever you want to see on your TV.
Excellent. Excellent. And then the third part of the announcement this morning was your JavaScript compatibility part?
Yeah, that's right. And so we really ground everything we do in the JavaScript language. And just last week, the 6th edition of the language was formally ratified. It's the biggest change to the language since the language was invented 20 years ago at the dawn of the web. And it really makes JavaScript appropriate for building IoT products. And so we've announced that this summer we're going to have a preview of that available for anybody to try out, and we're going to be deploying it across our entire product line. Everything we do, mobile, KINOMA Element, KINOMA HD, and we'll be updating KINOMA Create, which has been in the market for about a year now, also to support JavaScript 6th edition.
So if you fast forward, last year, or let's rewind first. Last year you had this. This year you have these two. What else is coming in your product line?
Yeah, no, I mean, you're good at seeing the trend. Marvell makes chips in all sorts of spaces. Home gateways and 3D printers and chips that go into cars. And our goal as a team is to help people to use those chips to build products and to deliver products. And so we are absolutely looking at what are the next chips in the pipeline and what are we going to be able to do there. We think the wearable space is really fascinating. KINOMA Element is much, much smaller than KINOMA Create, but not quite to the point where you put it on your wrist, but it's an interesting place to look. But we think the key here is to provide a consistent programming experience across all that, because developers have to invest a huge amount of time and energy to learn how to develop for any one device. And we want them to be able to take that knowledge, those skills, some of that code, and apply it to all these different device categories, and that will let them move a whole lot faster and knit together solutions, because it's not about just individual devices, but in the end about how they connect together to solve problems.
So if you write an application in JavaScript and it's running on your Create,
yep.
Is it going to run on the other two devices fairly simply?
It depends what the app does, but in some cases absolutely. So for example, anything that you write that displays a picture on the KINOMA Create will work today on KINOMA HD. Now,
so this device?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And so there's no touchscreen on your TV, so that part of it doesn't work. Similarly, the code that you write to talk to sensors on your KINOMA Create will just move over to your KINOMA Element and let you do that. And so, in fact, we've been using that on my team. We didn't have many KINOMA Elements until very recently. We did all our prototyping on KINOMA Create, and then as the hardware came in, we moved it over onto the Element, which runs as is.
Excellent, excellent. So do you see that as a trend, that you create a framework and it works across devices?
We think it's got to happen because the Internet of Things is plural. It's not the Internet of Things. And so there's going to be all these devices, and we can't rebuild everything from zero. Things are moving so much faster. An embedded device, you used to build it, and the software would stay in the market for 3 years, 5 years, as is, almost never changing. We have new web services launching every day, new devices over Bluetooth that you want to connect to, new devices in the home over Wi-Fi you want to connect to. You can't plan 5 years in advance. You've got to be able to react and adapt very quickly. And scripting, in particular JavaScript, lets people do that. And so having a stable platform that's across all those is a really big deal.
Excellent. Well, Peter, we look forward to what you guys bring out next time.
Excellent.
Thank you.